All right, guys. Sorry about that. I am late. I had a phone call right at 10 o'clock from the nurse case manager that oversees my surgery case and all that. And she called me right at 10 o'clock, and I needed to talk to her. So I apologize that I am late. I I actually thought I had gone live too, but I hadn't. So I'm grateful for that. So sorry about that. I'd like to say hi to everybody that so far is with me. It looks like Paul is in the house, running late. You have problem? You having problems, Kaylin? Nope. Sorry, I was just on the phone with the nurse case manager for my surgical case. So everything's going good. Things are improving slowly. It's a long recovery, I'm telling you guys, and it's just been a little frustrating at that. But I do have a meeting with my surgeon today to talk about possibly starting physical therapy, which is exciting. So that is going to put a kink into my life, though, because I'll be spending a lot of time at physical therapy throughout the week. So I don't know how much time I'm going to have for filming or doing things like that. But it's also been really hard for me to actually get to the workbench and do any work, just because it hasn't been easy. So I'm getting there. At some point in the near future, things will improve and we'll be getting better, and getting back to the workbench. Today, actually, I will be doing some painting, and the reason I decided to do some painting is because I have the Agora Models fire truck, the Ladder 9. I have a ton of painting that I started on it, and all I need to really do today is to do the aqua gloss, which is, so I already did all the chrome. Now I need to get the aqua gloss clear coat on, which I should have done months ago. But I'm going to do that, and then I've got some more parts that need to be painted and chromed. Also, yes, happy Halloween. Thank you, Linda. Happy Halloween to everybody. Sorry, I'm not. This was kind of an impromptu thing. I wasn't really planning on going live because I might be going live this evening. We'll see. I'll talk about that here in a minute before we head over to the paint booth. But yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. I hope you're all staying safe. Usually we give out candy. Usually do the full-size candy bars. Unfortunately, this year I'm not going to be doing that, and partly because I just wasn't sure if we were even going to be home. And then the other thing is Hobby Link International, on their channel tonight, they are going to be doing their monthly giveaway, as well as the Halloween group build show. So they're going to be showing all the models that were done on for the Halloween group build. After that show, I was thinking about going on afterwards and doing the Hobby Link International group build live stream, where you guys can join me if you're working on a group build for it doesn't even have to be for Hobby Link International. If you just want to pop in and build something on the air and join me, have some good times, good chat. I'll be on for a few hours this evening after probably about 7 or 8 p.m. my time, which is Pacific Standard Time. And so that'll be on after the Hobby Link International monthly giveaway and Halloween group build. And so what I'll be doing there is I'll be working on the victory, most likely, for the majority of that live stream tonight. But yeah, the main thing for today, for this live stream, is I want to work on the Ladder 9 and get the aqua gloss put on. I'm a little bit worried I waited too long, but we'll see. I've heard good things about the aqua gloss, so we'll see what happens. It should turn out okay. Next time I do the chrome for the other additional parts for the Ladder 9, it's all going to be done fairly quickly and in sequence. And I actually have written down in my notebook the process for doing that all clad 2 chroming, which is so far is turning out fairly nice. I really like it. See, Paul was saying, after seeing the people's builds, I realized mine doesn't stand a chance of winning. Paul, you never know. To be honest, you absolutely never know. So some really good builds though. So if you're interested, if you're a member of HobbyLink International, or you've been on their YouTube, or even if you haven't, head over see, I don't know what time it'll be on tonight. Probably about I think 6 or 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is when Kenny goes on, and he'll be doing the showing basically all of the Halloween builds that were submitted for this year for the group build. And you can see all of the wonderful builds that people have done, and then we'll be voting on those, and handing out first, second, and third place prizes. And the prizes are pretty cool, the trophies. So um, looks like Jay was in here. I don't know if he's still here or not. Good evening, Jay. Always good to see you, buddy. And I know that Muse was running errands, so hopefully we'll see Muse here a little bit later. Thank you so much for popping in, Muse. I hope you're doing well. And then, of course, Paul is in the house. Good afternoon, Kaylin, and the fabulous people in chat. Hopefully your Halloween is a safe and fun one. And we have Linda. Happy Halloween. Hope you're doing well. I'm glad you are back. Thank you, Linda. I am sort of back. So it's just been kind of it's been really hard for me to kind of get to the workbench. I'll have days where I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get a lot done today. Like I need to work on cleaning this room a bit, and then also work on the garage, and I get wiped out pretty quickly. So and I try to do all my walks and all that stuff, and it just sometimes those don't always happen either. So it's just difficult. It depends on how I'm feeling and all that. So anyways, I do have a little sip of coffee. I'm going to have a little quick sip of that. So I hope you all are doing well. I know that a bunch of you might have plans for Halloween and your kids. So I think we have one nephew that is dressing up here, but I doubt that he'll be coming over for candy, because my wife will probably just take him candy or something, which she usually likes to do. I don't really have a whole lot to show you guys. I thought I had a few things set up, but I guess when I moved everything off the workbench, I put everything away. So there's been a few other things kind of in the works in the background that we'll get to later down the road on the channel. What I'm basically trying to do is get all of that filmed, and as I slowly work through it, and then once it's all done, I'll start posting all of that video, so you guys will get to see it there. And we have Nat, the Dexterous Crafters, in the house. Good evening, Kaylin. I hope you and your good lady are both well. Thank you so much, Nat. It's always good to see you, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to the week. Yeah, I was going to tell you, Melissa she's been on this snake kick, and she wants to get a snake, and she knows that I hate snakes. I can't handle them. They're kind of the same way with spiders, and so she's been spending almost this entire weekend looking at these little snakes that she thinks are the cutest thing in the world, and I don't understand it. So I tried to get her family to talk her out of it last night when we were having dinner over there, but I don't think I was successful. So anyways, that's what's been going on here, Nat. Hope Lewis is feeling better, and he's probably back on the road. But I know you guys are getting closer to moving too. So it was good to see you guys this weekend. I think pretty much, since I don't have a whole lot. Oh, she definitely gets your support. Oh, no. I can't remember what it's called too. It's like I don't know. It's a weird snake that has like a funny nose, and she says they're very nice and docile, but I'm like, I can't do it. I'm not a snake person. I just can't do it. I tried once and it just never happened. So it didn't work out. One thing I would like to work on this week is the GTO. I'm going to grab it right now. And I'm going to actually leave it on the workbench for the time being because I need to get this thing done. I've actually been having nightmares about this car, but I'm so close to finishing it that it's like I don't see why I can't just spend a little bit of time working on painting it and doing all that. I just have a little. This is the body that Paul had sent me, and it just needs a little cleanup work here and here. And then this is the original body that just I kind of gouged the tar out of when I was working on it. And I'm thinking about stripping all the paint off of it and then just kind of trying to clean it up a little bit more because I'm going to do both bodies. I'm going to have both bodies painted up and keep them fairly decent. So maybe I can have one on the actual vehicle and then one side by side with it, maybe in a different color or whatnot. We'll see. Well, it's one of those where we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to try working on that this week. So this is going to take I'll put this in the simple, what is it? The super clean, the purple super clean. I'll soak this in super clean, get all the paint off of it, clean it up really good, reprime it, and then get this one painted up as well as the new body that I have. So I'm definitely probably putting this one on the car just because it fits better and it looks a lot better. But this one has just been giving me nightmares, and it's like it's one of the first ones I started. I get a lot of questions about it in my Facebook as well as in YouTube, and I have video 1 and video 2, but then it's just kind of stopped there, and that's been for months. So what I'll do is I'll try to get this one finished up, take a little bit of time and care in cleaning it up and painting it. And then once I will get it finished and get the videos done, then I'll put up the third and hopefully final video for this one. It might be 2 more videos. We'll see how that goes because the third video might just be on the rehab and painting of it. And Nat was saying he's back to work, not 100% better, but getting there. That's good. Although we do have a poorly car now, not my car for a change. Oh no, is his cheap car acting up? That's too bad. Morning all. This is 300-pound leprechaun. Looks like you're feeling better, Kaylin. Feeling quite a bit better. Yeah, I would say so. Ready to, so I have a meeting with with my surgeon today. Hopefully he'll clear me for physical therapy, which is exciting because I'm ready. I think I'm ready to kind of start working on my core and getting my strength back up and all that, and try to get my endurance back up because it's going to take some time to heal. And Hugh Gordon's in the house. Hi, Hugh. It's good to see you. I haven't talked to you in a long time, buddy. Hope you're doing well. And I have just got parked up. Lewis is in the house. How's it going, Lewis? Thanks for stopping in. And yeah, you're just in time. I'm going to start doing some painting here momentarily. So it might not be the most entertaining of all things to watch, and I'm going to try to keep an eye on chat, but the paint booth is over here and chat's all the way over here. So it's kind of hard for me to fully keep an eye on it, but I'll do the best that I can. And hopefully not completely ignore you guys. So this will just be kind of a bit different stream just because I do have some painting I want to do in the paint booth. So time to pay for parking and purchase some food. There you go. What's for dinner? I thought Nat packed you a lunch today, though. Doesn't she pack you a lunch for Monday? Doing good. Lewis or Hugh is saying he's doing good. Good. It's always good to see you. Lewis, the victory will actually be, I'll be working on that this evening after the Hobby Link International live stream. for the Halloween builds. I am going to be going on and doing the Hobby Link International group build live stream, and I'll be working on the victory this evening, probably from about 7 or 8 p.m. my time until maybe about 10 or 11 o'clock tonight my time. So I'll be on for several hours working on the victory this evening. This right now we are going to be working on the Agora Models FDNY Fire Truck Ladder 9. Nat saying, yes, I do, but someone forgot to put his tea on for cooking. She packs lunch all week. Nice. But it's always more fun to go out to eat. So, all right. Well, I have about one last sip of coffee. I'm going to switch cameras. I got to finish cleaning off the paint booth, and then we will whip out the airbrushes and get to work. So I'll try, like I said, I'll try to pay as much attention to chat as possible, but I'm not promising everything. If you guys have trouble hearing me, do let me know. I am going to try running off of the microphone from the camera, which is a little bit different. So it might be a little harder to hear me. So I'm going to switch over to this camera and change my audio. All right. So hopefully you can still hear me okay. Let me know if you can't. And Lewis said it's safer to go out and eat. Sometimes that might be true. Okay, so let me. You're going to see me moving some things around. So all this stuff is for the victory. So I'm going to kind of get all this paint out of the way. I don't need it for right now. And this is actually a part for the victory that I was working on way back. And then some of you might have noticed the tape here. This tape was one of the things that SprayGunner sent me as part of my package this last time. They sent me this tape. I haven't tried it yet. It's the Custom Creative Fine Line Tape Orange. Apparently you can do curves with this tape. It's fairly thin, it says 2 or 3 millimeter. It looks more like 2 to me, but I was reading up on it. You can do curves really well with this tape. I haven't tried it yet. Another one of the free things that they sent me was this is a airbrush holder, and there's a part that goes in here that supposedly, so it won't work with this airbrush. Let me grab my Posh. And I think, so I haven't actually tried this, but I think, yeah, so your airbrush just goes in and it holds it. So this is a little pumpkin that they have that's on their website. You can buy it and paint it up, and it holds your airbrush. Pretty nifty. They have a couple of different things like this on their website, and it's 3D printed, I'm assuming, and SprayGunner.com, and you can get this for a discount right now on SprayGunner.com, but I obviously haven't painted it yet. It needs some cleanup. I'm not too familiar with working with resins yet, but this will be fun to clean up and paint. And they have some really cool examples of different ones that have been painted up in their shop and on their website. So really cool how some people have tackled this little airbrush holder to make it look really neat. So I'm curious to see how it turns out when I do it, and I will be doing a video on painting it. So really neat idea. Not necessarily sure that it's something I will use all the time, but kind of a cool little idea brought to us by SprayGunner. So there's that. And I'm going to go ahead and plug my brush back in. I do have my air on. I thought I did. Maybe not. I guess not. So I'll have to reach back there and turn that on. I do have a couple of new airbrushes that I would like to try. So we'll see. We'll see if I pull those out and use those here today or not. But overall, I think that's just about ready. And I'll start bringing the parts over. All right. And hopefully I don't lose connection. So again, this is my cordless airbrush, kind of my go-to lately. And that's what this brush is for, the starter. The Start Airbrush is what it's called, and this one is the one that came with it. So it has a 0.3 needle in it. For spraying the Aqua Gloss Clear, I'm not entirely sure what size needle I'm going to need, so I might end up using the Posh Talon for that. We'll see. I'm just going to go ahead and screw this on here. Like I said, I don't know that I'll be using it necessarily, but at least it's there and out of the way. And I haven't opened this since I painted all of this. The last thing to go on was the chrome, and now I just need to put on the Aqua Gloss. And everything looks fairly good. I kind of feel like maybe I put too much of the chrome on. We'll see how they look once I put the Aqua Gloss on it. And then like some areas in here I'm going to have to paint up. I probably should have done that now, because I wanted the interior of that black. But maybe I'll do that with a wash later. Lots and lots of little chrome parts. And then I also received the next pack, which had a few different chrome parts in it as well. And so those I'll be kind of starting the whole process over with those, but I wanted to get these done and finished so that I can continue putting everything back together. So kind of the sequence of things is going to be off when you guys watch the next Ladder 9 video. You're going to see me putting everything together still. And then I think it's after video or part 20, you'll see me taking everything back apart, and then we'll start working on this section of it. So it'll be a little bit confusing at first when you guys are, if you're following the Ladder 9 videos, because I initially had put everything together and then I wasn't happy with the chrome. So I took everything apart. And that's why we're kind of at this stage right now where everything's torn apart. And then this doesn't even belong. That's for another project that's kind of buried under here. These parts, this part's supposed to be black, apparently. These two are chrome. These are going to be painted white. So I'll go ahead and leave those in here because we'll do those here later. And then this one, I'm not quite sure why I primed it black, but I didn't paint it. So maybe I'm just going to end up painting this one black. So I need to go back and double check. So a lot of these parts must be black. So this one's yellow. I know that for sure. And then these, I believe, were black. This one's yellow. So yeah. Okay. So the only chrome ones we need are these guys. This one's going to be really nice once it's done because this is the exhaust, and I want to do some different techniques on the exhaust and see if I can make it look really cool. All right, so that's all of those parts. Okay. Sorry if I get a little bit quiet on you guys. I'm trying to focus a little bit on this. So might not be the most entertaining guest or host today, but I hope you guys understand that this is more just about painting today than anything else. So this is the one that's going to be tricky because this is the roof of the cab. And there was a decal with the number 9 on here that I'm going to have to go back and hand paint that entire 9. It was red and black. And so that's going to be a little bit tricky, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. So it should be a good challenge for me. All right, I think we are ready. I'm not sure if I'm going to suspend this one or not. Might not be worth the effort. I don't know. We'll see. All right, okay. Moving on. I mean, I do have these clips, which work fairly well for stuff like this as well. I just forget about them. I just don't know how strong. I mean, that'll suspend it off of the table, which is, you know, good. And then this one can kind of hang out just up there. I don't need this. And again, we're using the Aqua All Clad 2 lacquer. So I'm going to get my paint brushes over here, my airbrushes, and then we'll get to painting. I'm going to take a quick look at chat just to make sure I'm not missing anything exciting. Let's see, I've got my mask, I've got everything else. Now I just need to turn on my air. Telford's coming up, I know. I'm excited for you guys. I wish I could go to Telford. Muse is back. She's listening while driving home. Good to see you, Muse. Thank you so much. Mark's here. Evening all in chat. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, Mark. And that's chat pretty much caught up. I'll head back over to the paint booth here. And I'm kind of excited because I was fortunate enough to pick up a couple of new goodies this year. One of which being this beauty. So this is the Harder & Steinbeck Evolution. I won't be using this today because this I think is more for like doing fine lines, things like that, some more finer painting. We are putting on a clear coat, so I'm not necessarily thinking I need a finer airbrush for that. Sorry for that. I had to try to. Just looks like there's dust in there. There's not, probably not, but either that or it's stuck in there. But anyways, this is, I'm very excited to use this airbrush at some point. We'll probably be using this more along the lines like on the GTO when we go and paint the GTO. The other one that I got, and we'll be using this one today, is this guy right here. So this is the Grex TG something or other. I'm not familiar. Sorry, I'm not very familiar with airbrushes, but this one has. So I have I need to affix these better so they stay on here. This has a 0.5 needle, a 0.3 needle, and then inside here already is the 0.7 needle, which I think is what I'm going to use today to apply the clear coat. Nice thing is it's a pistol grip. I've never used this one before, so it'll be interesting. I believe it is still two-stage, so I think you start the air by pulling back, and then you can kind of feel some resistance, and then your flow, your paint flow is going to start once you do that. So this is an airbrush that I'm pretty sure Ben from Ben Builds, he has this airbrush and he's been using it more recently and really loves it. So I was very fortunate to get this on sale from SprayGunner, and you can too. You can also get it at a discount using my affiliate number, which is in the link in the description down below. But great airbrush from everybody that I've been told, so I'm excited to try using it, and we're going to use this today. I think because we're going to be using quite a bit of the aqua gloss clear coat, I'll use the bigger cup, which may be a mistake, but I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I'm still fairly new to airbrushing, and it's kind of a learning process for me. But there is a 0.7 needle in this one already. Don't need to worry about that. It's already set up. The cool thing about these Grex airbrushes is, so these caps, they are magnetic. So they just pop on and off like that. You don't have to screw them on and off. This one is, of course, screwed on, but these little nozzles, so you can, depending on what type of spray nozzle you want, there's this one, which is all the way around, and then you've got this one, which you could also just attach it to the back there, and then you've got this guy, which I think is more for like a fan. I'm not entirely sure. There was I could have swore that I got a different cap for these. That's an actual fan cap. Maybe it is this one. I don't know. But you guys are smarter than I am. I just work here, you know. So that's pretty cool that you can just magnetically pop them on and off, which is fairly neat. And so I'll go ahead and put this one on. I haven't cleaned these yet either, which is going to be interesting because cleaning may or may not be easy or hard. I don't know. It seemed fairly easy when I was looking in the book. So should be relatively easy, I think. Oh my gosh, this cap is really on there. There we go. Always worry that there, like, dust or anything can get in there, and I'm probably more paranoid than I need to be. And these come with their own tools, which are kind of universal for just about any airbrush as well. Like, these still work on the other airbrushes that I have, like the Start Air. That works on the cap on this one. It also has, let's see, one that works on my Posh airbrush. So kind of neat that it comes with its own key, you know, or wrench, whatever you want to call it. Go ahead and put this back in its case down there. I like to keep Q-tips out because I go through a lot of them when I'm working. I also got some needle juice. I haven't tried needle juice before, so I bought some needle juice because a lot of people do recommend it, and I wanted to give it a whirl just to see if it helps with my airbrushing at all, especially with the Posh. The Posh it seems really dried out because I clean a lot with these alcohol prep pads, and so I don't know if I've ruined my airbrush or whatnot by using that, but I'm gonna turn up my air. I feel like there's a leak somewhere. Okay. It seems a little overkill, I know. I might actually try the other one. See, and that's the other thing is this one tends to leak when I take it off, and it's this no-name brand one I think that is leaking. I might be wrong. It might be this one. Just don't pay any attention to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. So this one is just the no-name brand, and it doesn't leak. So when I pop this off, I don't hear any leaks. So like I said, it could be the other one. I'm not going to be using the Posh airbrush, so I'll put this up here and kind of get it out of the way. That way I have it does leak right here at the connection. But now it seems to have stopped. So, all right. Anyways, that's my experience thus far. Don't know. I'm gonna have to use this guy. I need to get another form of clamp style holder so that I can either clamp it to my workstation, and I don't know. I've never tried using this Grex, so I don't know how well this is going to work, how any of this stuff works with it. So so far, just setting it in like that kind of works. I don't trust it on that. You guys can't see over here, but there's a hole. There's a hook right here that with the Posh, like kind of sits in there beautifully, and I like it. So usually I'll load it up with paint, and then I'll have it sitting there, and then I'll come grab it and use it. And that's why I like this hook that I have on there. But I'm finding with this isn't going to work, obviously, and so I'm gonna have to figure out another solution for utilizing this guy. It seems like that might work, or I can just put it, see. So I'm finding a problem now with this style of gun, even for like the cleaning pot. So the cleaning pot isn't going to work with that hook. Now I'm going to have to kind of change how I do my cleaning on this as well. Interesting. So trial and error, guys, trial and error. Should we get on with painting? I think we should. I'm going to put this up here out of the way and move on. So let's get this stuff out of here. I'm going to turn you back over here. Hopefully, this is about where I paint. So you guys should be able to see just fine. And again, I apologize for this being kind of a strange and broken live stream. Just trying to do things a little bit differently. Because this is the best way that I could see that I would actually get the painting done that I needed to get done. Trying to read chat here real quick. Ian Campbell, hi, how's it going, Ian? Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for popping in. Muse is saying she loves her TR1. I plan on getting a Grex soon. Yeah, I've heard really good things about them, and they're not terribly expensive. Chris K, I should have known you would be on since it's Halloween. How's it going, Chris? Good to see you, buddy. I'll be on tonight, too, after Kenny's live stream working on the victory for the Hobby Link International group build live stream that I do. So if you're available, Chris, I'll be on tonight as well. Paul, I'm doing a bit of painting on the flintlock. Oh, nice. I just use my trash bin for cleaning. A brush pot is just a silly expense to me. Yeah, I can understand that. And Steve, hi Steve, how's it going? Steve from the Maker's Cave, afternoon all. I do need a little chat reader. Either that, or it would be nice if I had somebody in my live stream with me. Hint, hint. You need a little, yeah. See, like, Nat has her own personal chat reader, which is Lewis. You know what I didn't realize? I didn't realize I have two of these. So that's really bizarre. I must have ordered two, one at one time, and then forgot that I ordered it and ordered another one. So interesting. So yeah, now I've got two needle juices. I'm assuming I put this on after I clean my airbrushes. With the brand new airbrush, I don't know that I necessarily need to use it right this second. So I'm not going to. If I'm wrong, somebody shout out and say, hey, no, put some needle juice on it. Not sure if Connor's still up. I'm out on the road, unfortunately. Yeah. Chris was saying, cursing at the victory tonight. Will Lewis be working on his? Probably not. I've kind of given Lewis a pass on the victory. If he decides to finish it, it's up to him. I'm taking my time with it just because I really don't care. But it is one of those builds that I need to finish because I started it, and you know what I mean. Don't say needle juice 3 times. And this is Chris's favorite gloves, my black gloves. I'm a little bit nervous because I've never used the Aqua Gloss before. Muse, I think she said that she's used the Aqua Gloss. I know Jalen has. Um, so we'll kind of see how things go. And then I also need to make sure that I have my all-clad airbrush cleaner handy dandy right there. Oh my goodness, I keep forgetting about all this new stuff that I got, like the hobby color thinner, the 400. I also got some Grex airbrush cleaner, which there you go, is right there. And then I finally got some lacquer thinner, the Tamiya lacquer thinner, which I've been told works really well when you're trying to thin out lacquers, of course, but when you're trying to thin out uh, the Mr. Color paints, as well as the surfacing, the Mr. Hobby surface, Mr. Finishing surfacers. So at some point we will be experimenting with all of that. But for now, sorry about that. Let's get on with the Aqua Gloss Clear an hour later. I've been very impressed so far with the All-Clad line of paints. So this one, I'm still positive you don't need to thin it. Oh my goodness, my dogs are going crazy. Directions. Here, before we go any further, let's read the instructions again. It's been months since I've looked at this stuff. Uh, for sealing all clad chrome or high shine, do not thin. There we go. Do not shake, which I just shook. Oh my goodness. Do not allow to dry inside the airbrush. Obvious. Allow chrome high shine 6 hours to cure. It's been several months, so I think we're good there. Gently remove any dust or excess pigment with a very soft, clean cloth. Fairly good on that one, except for the roof kind of has a little bit of, I don't know if it's dust or what it is bothering me. So we might try to wipe that down. Apply 1 to 2 medium coats of Aqua Gloss at 15 to 20 psi. So I need to lower my psi. Do not apply heavy coats to avoid sagging. Aqua Gloss may also be used as a primer on bare plastic for all-clad, regular, and high-shine finishes, as a gloss coat for matte paint, and for dipping clear plastic parts. It doesn't recommend a needle size, but I do need to lower my PSI because right now I'm running at about 35 PSI. So I think I'll drop it down to, let's say, 20 to be safe, and go from there. I shook this one up. So let's use this one that I didn't shake. And I got to get back here behind my work booth to change my PSI. So I'm going to be right back. Okay. So it should be at 20 psi right now. I'll go ahead and open this guy up. And here goes nothing. Let's see. Drop your PSI and use the big needle for gloss. Swirl, don't shake. It makes too many bubbles. Okay. Chris, reading directions. Shame. Exactly. Hey, Chris was also saying, Mr. Color leveling thinner for my color and Tamiya. Oh, for Mr. Color and Tamiya. Okay. Don't you? Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, guys. So here we go. Hopefully I don't create bubbles by doing this. Wonder if I should have just poured it in. It makes sense though. I can understand the philosophy behind not wanting bubbles in it. And that's going to be the hard part for me, is making sure that I put on very light coats. All right, put my cap back on. Get this out of the way for a moment. And here goes nothing. So I think what I'll start with, just for good measure, is the back door here, or the back panel. I'm scared. Let's. I'm really worried about putting too much on, so I'm going to do very light coats like that and put it off to the side. I'm assuming that was a light coat, and we'll just carry on one piece at a time. And hopefully I stay in view for you guys. I apologize if I don't. I do have to say, so far I do like this airbrush, but I've only painted two things with it so far, so. All right. Oh, Chris, yeah, sorry you weren't listening when we were doing the intro. So, Chris, I'm putting the clear coat on the FDNY Fire Truck Ladder 9. This one's going to be tricky. These like rounder parts like this, I think are the hardest ones for me to paint accurately, just because it's like, I don't know, I still don't have good technique in my eyes when it comes to airbrushing. Could use a lot of improvement, I think. I think one of my biggest failures is that I tend to get impatient and I try to rush things, um, which, when it, from my research, when it comes to airbrushing, is, you know, the one thing you don't want to do is to rush things. You kind of want to take your time, and so yeah, I think that's where I fail the most, is in that whole patience spectrum, uh, for painting, because I kind of want those immediate results. Oh, I touched it. Oh, it's going to get another coat, right? Oh man, a dog hair. I just watched the dog hair go by my face, which means it's going to probably end up on one of these parts. That's the other thing too, is like I worry, okay, maybe I'm putting too light of a coat on, but that might also not be an issue. I mean, I could be overthinking it, and you know, there's no such thing as too light of a coat. I don't know. This one's going to be interesting. Um, I worry about putting too much on something like this, or just not getting. But like, yeah, I guess if you put several light coats on, you're going to be okay, right? I mean, I guess that's the whole point. Now comes the fun parts. So, okay, here goes nothing. I want to get the corners really good. Okay, that's probably too much. I'll put this on the corner over here. And then the last one. This is going to be tricky. Tricky. So yeah, I'm going to have to try to do this without getting my glove to touch it. I mean, should I just do this? Just let these sit for a few minutes, I guess, and then go back and just do it all over again. See how much we went through. Not as much as I thought, so go ahead and leave that on there. I thought we'd be burning through a lot more than we did. So one thing that I'll do while we're waiting is I don't want it drying on the needle. So just gently clean around my needle. You're probably off camera here. You know, and I don't even know if this is necessary, but it's one of those things that I kind of do just because I'm weird. And then just for a good measure, I like the fact that these are not threaded too, because these little caps, because then it doesn't pick up the little strands of fuzzies from your little alcohol prep pad. So that's good enough for government work. Put that little guy back on, and then I'm pretty sure like the parts that are back here are fairly dry, but I'm going to go back to chat real quick and see what you guys are up to, and then we'll come back to putting on the second coat. All right, so Muse was saying just practice on paper and spare parts. It'll help with getting used to each brush. Here, let me stand by. Okay, you should be able to hear me a lot better. Yeah, so I'm back at the computer for just a moment, and might as well switch cameras too. Where are we? No, just kidding. There we go. Okay, and sorry for the light too, because I have the paint booth running. The exhaust, the window's open, so the exhaust is going out. So Yeah, just practice on paper and spare parts. It'll help with getting used to each brush. It's still hard for me not to rush. See, I think that is my biggest issue. And I think it bears true with any type of painting that I do. Um, I always tend to rush it a little bit. So trying to learn to not do that and just have patience and put on a coat or a color and then wait some time, um, and maybe that's the best. Maybe now is the best time for me to paint, because I can't spend a whole lot of time sitting there and doing it all at once. So I'll have those breaks in between, if you know what I mean. Chris was saying paint soda cans. If you can paint the soda can without it running, then you're good to go. That's a good point. I can always try that. Steve was saying still learning how to airbrush, practice and more practice. Exactly. That's just pretty much what everybody has been saying. So thanks, Steve. Uh, Muse was saying soda can. Haven't tried that. I did. I tried when I first got my Posh airbrush. I tried using a water bottle, and basically I started priming it, and I was having so much trouble because I was new to airbrushing and it was my first time ever airbrushing, and I was having trouble with the Posh that I just kind of gave up. I do need to do some more practice though. Yep, round and smooth, a challenge. Definitely for me, especially when it's smaller parts, trying to get an even coat. I think is the hardest part for me when it's a small round part. Trying to airbrush an even coat of paint is the hardest thing for me to do on those types of parts. Muse was saying, at the rate I'm going, I'll never get past primer, base coats, and highlights when it comes to other things like figures and game pieces. Yeah, I think we all kind of feel that way sometimes. It doesn't help since I don't have a dedicated hobby space where I can leave the booth up right now. That's true. That's kind of gonna become my situation, except I'm gonna leave maybe a space in the garage on my workbench that's dedicated to airbrushing and to painting, just because it would be easier for me to do it out there, and it'll open up a space, a desk here in the hobby room, so that my wife can work on her hobbies, which is kind of important to me now, that to have her. And we can also use it as a gaming table because she likes to play games and stuff. So um, that's kind of it's going to be harder for me to want to go out there and paint, but I think in the long run it might be better for me. If you know what I mean. And D Harris, how is it going, Kaylin? It's going very well, thank you, D. It's good to see you, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. I hope all is well with you, and happy Halloween. Evening, Lewis saying hi to D, and they're saying hi back and forth. I'm good, thanks, mate. Still working hard. And yeah, right, Lewis. It's important to you because she told you it was. That's right. That's right, Chris. Um, it's I don't know. She's been really um, she hasn't been sewing a lot, but usually she'll take her stuff out to the kitchen table because it's a bigger workspace, and probably better for doing sewing projects out there. But she does. It's hard for us to play games or do anything out there, because of the way our house is very small, and our kitchen table is way too big for the house. So it's a little difficult. But anyhow, I'm going to head over to the workbench once again, and we will get the second coat on. So let me switch the cameras and everything over here. Thanks again to all of those of you that are sticking with me and watching this live stream. Hopefully I haven't cut out or anything like that. I do have a sneaking suspicion I know what was causing part of that issue. So Kalan, if the women would leave me alone, it would be better. That's, yeah, I know. They always want to be part of what we're doing, which isn't a terrible thing. So she doesn't necessarily like modeling. I wish she would do the painting for me because she used to love painting, but she doesn't even want to do that. But she does have some other hobbies that, she could work on while I'm in here painting or doing stuff like that. So it would just be easier for us to spend time together that way, because we don't consider sitting in the living room and watching a movie time together. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I don't know if because we're focused on the movie and not talking to each other or hanging out, if you know what I mean. I shared, Chris was saying, I shared my hobby room with the wife for about 6 months, and then I converted the spare room to her hobby room and moved her clear to the other side of the house. Yeah, we've contemplated building a shop with a she shed so that she has a place in a completely different building. But yeah, then she'd still complain about wanting to hang out with me. So I don't know why she wants to hang out with me, but anyways, we could talk about that all day. But I'm going to switch back over to the paint booth, and whoops, wrong camera. There we go. And then this microphone. And let's see, Lewis says, I work away all week and still end up spending too much time. Nah. No, that's not true, Lewis. You could never spend too much time with Nat. All right, round two, ladies and gentlemen. So kind of what I end up doing is I have my little roller bench that has all my tools and stuff right to the left side of me. So take everything and kind of put it back up over here. This is just the method that seems to make the most sense for me. And then I've got these spare little stands and just carry on. Let's see how this works. All right. So I'm still worried about putting too much on, but there we go. Okay. So what I'll do is I think, so they said do 2 to 3 coats. I think I'll do 3, maybe 4. Possibly stop at 3 because when I was painting the chrome on, they said to do 2 coats and I did 3, and that third coat might have been too much chrome. So because the black doesn't really show through anymore, that black base that really kind of gives it that chrome effect. So I think that was my mistake on the actual all clad chrome. And so maybe it would be best to follow their instructions and just do 2 or 3 coats and not any more than that. Well, they said apply 1 to 2 medium coats. So 2 would be their maximum. I don't know. since I think I'm doing maybe lighter coats than a medium, I'd say I'm doing a light coat. Maybe I'll do 3 and call it at that. What do you guys think? I don't know. On some of these parts, I can tell the gloss is already looking really nice. So we'll see. Light, thin coats, I use around 3. Okay. Thank you, Hugh. Chris, pour pour the gloss in a bowl and dip the parts in. No airbrushing skills required. Oh man, you cracked me up, Chris. If it was self-leveling, you know what's funny about that actually is the what do you call it? Um, Pledge floor wax. You can kind of do it like that with the Pledge floor wax, but I like because I tried doing my windows and stuff for a couple of vehicles I was working on, and it still ended up pooling. It didn't look good, so I stripped all the Pledge off because I didn't like how it looked. But then I'll watch other people like Kenny do it, and it turns out absolutely amazing and beautiful. So I don't know. I'm just not as skilled of a modeler as some of these guys. So another thing, Hugh, do you? I'm assuming that Hugh, that you've used the All Clad Aqua Gloss quite a bit, um, and if so, oh gosh, I oversprayed that one. That's for sure. Uh, do you recommend letting it cure for several days before handling it, or should I let it sit for like a week? Because I've heard different things. We're gonna go back to doing light coats because I way oversprayed that last part. Thankfully, that part sits on the back of the cab and you won't see it uh, very well. So almost done with these. Alright, and then this one's the scary part for me because this one is like the most visible part on the on the cab of the truck, so it's like I just worry I'm going to screw it up to the point that it's just ugly and unrecognizable. I feel like I did too much. So like right there in the middle, I can see it turned white. That'll clear up, obviously, but I'm worried it's going to pool. So I hope I didn't screw it up. All right, I gotta just really do a light coat, just like Hugh was saying. All right, so that is a good second coat, I reckon. We're gonna let this sit for a couple of minutes and come back to it and do one final coat. Let me clean the tip off. This might be a 2 cup of coffee day. I feel like I need more coffee after this. Usually I only have 1 cup, and then maybe if I'm feeling like I need something, I'll have a shot of espresso. Uh, we have it's called a Nespresso machine. It's does like a little espresso shot, and I love it. Absolutely love it. But it's expensive. The little cups for it are super expensive, so I don't have it very often. Um, and then other days, like today, I've already had 1 cup of coffee, and for some reason, I'm feeling like a second cup of coffee today. So I might just indulge in another cup after the live stream. We'll get back to chat here momentarily after I get done cleaning this guy out. I really like this Grex airbrush. I'm telling you. So far, I'm happy with it, but I'm also running a 0.7 needle, so of course it hasn't clogged or anything. We'll see what happens when I am trying to run Tamiya paint through it and using a smaller needle. I think the 0.3 was the smallest that I got for this airbrush. So we'll kind of see how that plays out when I go to use it. I'm going to take these gloves off and head over back to the workbench or to the computer. I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back to the computer, and hopefully you can still hear me okay. See, Hugh was saying all clad metals like thin coats I have found. Yeah, that's what I'm discovering too, Hugh. Uh, Very thin, light coats, and it seems to. I I think when I go to do the next round of parts for the chrome, when I only do two very light um, chrome uh, coats or whatever you want to call it, I have a feeling that they're going to look way better than these parts turned out. So um, yeah, I think that's sorry. I've got sleep in my eyeball. But yeah, I think that's kind of the case there, Hugh. Definitely. Chris is saying if you have ever watched the scale modeling channel, that guy floods the gloss on and gets away with it. Yeah, no, that is so true. He uses more clear coat than I've ever seen anybody use in my life, and somehow it turns out awesome. I don't know how he's not getting runs and things like that. So I don't know. Um, he's just he just does a brilliant job though too. Musa saying that's all based on your environment. Kay, temp and humidity affect dry and cure times. Very true. You're right, and it also depends. I've noticed on the time of year. Like right now, the temperature in this room is fairly dry, uh, and it's not. It's probably about 68 degrees in here, so it's not too bad. Aqua gloss, and that's what I worry about moving to the garage. I'm worried if I move to the garage, it's going to affect my paint and dry times and things like that. Hugh is saying aqua gloss I usually just leave a day. It's polyurethane, water based, and dries really quick. Okay, thank you, Hugh. Best bet is to test it out on something in your own environment. All right, thanks so much. And Dark Soldier is in the house. Hello, all. Happy Halloween, Dark Soldier. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Not sure if you're going to be around tonight, but Kenny is doing the Halloween group build on Hobby Link International tonight. And then after the live stream, I will be doing the Hobby Link International group build live stream after Kenny's show tonight. So if you want to come over and join in on that as well. Trying to get see if anybody will join in on the live stream with me, so I'm not the only one on screen, but we'll see how that goes. I know it's a Monday night and a lot of you guys have to work tomorrow, so it is what it is. Model Making Truck Lewis says 1 cup of coffee. I have 2 cups to start the day, then about 6 after that on a bad day. Yeah, I had to. So before my surgery, Lewis, I was drinking a crap ton of coffee every day. Because I love coffee, but I can only drink it black. I can't have anything in it. Because it upsets my stomach otherwise. So I always like it black. Well, after my surgery, I've kind of cut back to some days I don't even drink coffee, which is weird. I'll have maybe like 1 cup in the morning. And then it used to be where, like before my surgery, I would go I'd have my cup of coffee in the morning, and then in the afternoon and evening, I drink throughout the day. And I literally could not, I'd want to go to bed so that I could wake up and have coffee because I couldn't wait to have coffee again. And I'm not joking. I would go to bed just so that I could wake up and have coffee. Like, seriously, that's how crazy it was. So yeah, I don't know. I'm weird, but now it's like, I don't know. I don't drink as much, but I'm also not getting my favorite coffee. My favorite coffee in the world is Pete's Roma, or not Pete's, Pete's Colombian coffee, and single origin Colombia coffee, and it's so good. And we haven't been getting it lately because it has been out. And it's by far my favorite coffee. And I've been going with the Cheap Rayleigh's brand, which is the local store, and it's not as good. But yeah. Anyways, everybody saying hi to Chris and Dark Soldier. I saw that. I hope I can make it. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you later. And also, it's going to be the giveaway, Hobby Link International's monthly giveaway tonight. So see who wins. They should have 3 very lucky winners tonight. Muse will be working. I know you work a lot, Muse. It isn't because it's a Monday for me. It's because it's Halloween and I have to answer the door 7,243 times for trick-or-treaters. I hear you, brother. We usually give out candy. This year we decided not to, just partly because I'm not working, and we usually give out full-size candy bars. And my wife doesn't like answering the door. That's kind of my thing. And I had other plans to go live tonight. So that was kind of like why I decided not to hand out candy this year. I quit drinking coffee a few years back, says Chris K. Yeah, I don't know. My doctor would like me to totally quit, but I can't. Hell no, store coffee, you bar. Yeah. It's not the greatest. It's better than Folgers, I'll tell you that much. I cannot drink Folgers or any other brand like that. I'm from the Seattle area originally, so I grew up in Washington State on the Olympic Peninsula, and I was spoiled with coffee growing up. I mean, and my grandma always had the best coffee in the house, and we started drinking as an early child. So in our childhoods. So I was spoiled with great coffee, and I'm very picky. I guess I'm kind of a snob when it comes to coffee, and I really love the Pete's coffee Colombian blend is by far my favorite. For the Nespresso, which is the one that does the little espresso shots for that machine, the only one I will drink is the Roma. I can't. It's just called Roma coffee, and it's so good. It is a darker espresso blend, and just it's so good. I just drink it straight espresso shot. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Seems like it, Kay, but I only work 4 days a week. That's true. But you work in the evenings usually, so that's why it always seems like you're always working. No treaters out in the burbs, says Chris K. And Lewis is saying, if anyone comes to my door, they had better give me candy to apologize for making me get up. I like it. That's the way it should work. Muse is saying, I've cut back on coffee consumption, but giving it up isn't going to happen. No. I got fair trade coffees from local shop. They have a nice selection. I've had fair trades in the past, and they are good. It's hard. I have never really selected a favorite that I liked. Lewis was saying, if I cut back on coffee, someone's going to die, literally, as Nat would say. There should be a reusable cup for your machine. Yep, I do. We have one for the Keurig, but I don't have one for the Nespresso because I haven't found a blend of coffee that I like other than the Roma. I really like that Roma coffee. So, and it comes in little cups. But anyhow, That's that was a fun little side chat about coffee there. Um, so thank you guys. So far, we still got 9 people watching. I've been on for an hour and a half. So I'm going to be finishing up here pretty quickly. So I'll just do, we'll head back to the workbench here momentarily, and I'll put on the third and final coat and then come back to you guys, and we'll wrap it up. Muse just said something that I thank you, Marcy. I love you. So I prefer French press, so I don't have that problem. Very, very great comment, because French press is the only coffee I would drink for years, and it didn't matter what blend it was. As long as it wasn't Folgers, if I made it in a French press, that was the way I drank it, because I could make it how strong I wanted it, and it's so fresh. And if you've never had French press coffee, that is the only way to go. It is amazing. Especially for those of you coffee snobs like myself out there. French presses. I actually own 2 French presses. I've had one since I was 18 years old, and I don't use it enough. I probably should, but yeah, it's the way to go. I'll usually do French press if I have company over, or if I'm or like on the holidays or something like that. I used to use it every single day, but I don't anymore. But yeah, that's such a good point there, Muse. I get whole bean and grind your own. Right on. So again, just a recap on tonight, Hobby Link International, Kenny will be doing the Halloween group build reveal. They'll also be voting on the Halloween group builds. So head over to Hobby Link International this evening for the Hobby International annual Halloween group build. It's like a whole presentation that Kenny does, showcasing all of the group builds or all of the Halloween group build projects that have been completed and sent in. They'll also be doing their monthly giveaway. Kenny will be doing the Hobby Link International monthly giveaway. So 3 lucky people will get new kits, to select new kits this evening. So congrats to those lucky winners in advance. And also after the live stream, after Hobby Link International's live stream this evening, head over to my channel, White Glove Models, for the Hobby Link International group build live stream, where I come on, I work on a current Hobby Link International group build that I'm working on, which tonight will be the victory, and I'll be working on the victory, and then hopefully you can get some people to join in on the live stream with me. And so you won't just see me up there. Hopefully there'll be some other people. Last time Jalen, she joined me, and it was a lot of fun. She was working on a project for the Jesse Buxbaum annual group build, which is another awesome group build that they do over at Hobby Link International. So feel free to pop in and join us for that tonight after the Hobby Link International monthly giveaway and annual Halloween group build, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, Kenny, I'm bad at this. Kenny's going to sleep. Take care, Kenny. Have an awesome evening. I'm going to head back over to the workbench and the paint booth. We'll get the third and final coat of clear coat on the ladder 9, and then go from there. So I'll see you guys back over at the paint booth. All right, so I'm gonna roll everything back over here. Should have had, a good 5-10 minutes to dry or so. And swap these out. I've been very happy with my paint booth that I built. The only thing is I still need to get a stronger fan because the fans that I put in, I don't feel like they're pushing enough air. Might be fine, but I just don't feel like it is pushing enough air. So at some point, I would like to get a different fan setup for this, which when I'm out in the garage, it might actually be easier to do. So we'll kind of see how all that goes. Grab some new gloves. And I'm not going to force you guys to watch me clean up the airbrush when I'm done. Unless you guys want to sit here and chat some more, but while I'm cleaning the airbrush, but you know, it's up to you guys. If you want to stick around, let me know. After we do this third coat, and I'll stay on. If you guys don't want to hang out any longer and watch that, then just let me know and I'll end the live stream. So because I know cleaning is not always the funnest thing. It's definitely not my favorite thing to do when it comes to airbrushing. So just because I don't want to run low, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more of the aqua gloss to my airbrush. I probably have plenty, but I don't want to risk running low and then having to refill it halfway through. So definitely more than I'm going to need right there, but here we go. And I'm assuming this the aqua gloss should clean up relatively easily with the All-Clad 2 airbrush cleaner. Although this is a locker, so Hugh, if you're still on, do you think I can just clean, since this is water-based, can I just clean this with water and not have to worry about using the All-Clad 2 lacquer airbrush cleaner? Let me know what your thoughts are, because then I don't have to waste this. This stuff is not cheap, and I only have one and looks like 1.5 bottles left. So if I can get away with just using water or just even using the regular airbrush cleaner. The other one that I have is the Medea airbrush cleaner, which works really well with like the Tamiyas and other water-based paints. So if I can get away with just using this, then I'll do that. But I don't want to ruin my airbrush is the problem. So just your thoughts on that. And back to painting. Here we go. Gotta be careful getting these off there. All right. Okay. Again, doing a light coat. Probably too much. I don't know. That's the thing. I think I stress out and worry about it too much, probably more than I should. Yeah, I don't know if I said goodbye to Kenny. To Lewis. Have a good night, Lewis, and we'll talk to you soon, buddy. He's probably already gone, but just wanted to make sure I said goodbye to my good friend Lewis. This was another thing. I don't really know why I made the halogen bar or chrome, because they're not really chrome, but why not? I mean, it's just, it's fun. A lot of ours are black, so it is what it is. It's my model. I'll do what I want. Besides, it'll look cool once it's at the museum at the fire hall. Also, since I have you guys here, kind of my plan for this area in here, once this is all cured and all that, I was going to use the Tamiya Panaline accent color, the either a black or a gray, to kind of accent the area inside here, to make it dark and black, for the venting. Um, is that something I should do, or do you guys think that might be a mistake? Let me know. Or should I use something else, maybe a different type of wash? Uh, I don't know how um, because the Tamiya Panaline accent colors are a lacquer. I don't know how they'll react with the aqua gloss from All Clad. So, what are your thoughts? Let me know. Did I paint this? Pretty sure I did. Oh, I'm scared. I'm just gonna do it. Ah, just a light coat, right? Okay. Probably already painted it, but there we go. Hopefully it doesn't run. No running, please. Oh, come on. There we go. I do have to say, though, I'm going to say it again. I've said it before in this live stream so far, but I love this Grex airbrush. I would highly recommend it. I like the trigger aspect of it. It's going to take some getting used to, uh, but yeah, I do. I really like it. I feel like if you're doing a lot of painting at one time, um, it's a little easier to hold. And right now, I'm actually, if you see how I'm holding it, I'm kind of holding it with this finger, with my index finger, um, steadying it and stabilizing it, and then I'm using my middle finger actually to depress the trigger. And I don't know why I'm doing it that way. It just kind of sort of that's how it feels comfortable. And um, so yeah, that's how I'm doing it right now. Might not be the best. I don't know. We'll see. Seems to be working though. I might have better control. Let's try. I don't know. I might have better control if I try holding it like, I don't know. It doesn't feel comfortable to me to do that. It's all, it's kind of up to you guys how you want to, whatever is comfortable for you is what you do, right? We're going to do this big old honking thing. So I think what I'll do is I'll just let these guys kind of sit in the paint booth for a few days. Actually, I can't do that. I'll let them sit in here for a few hours tonight. And then once I do my live stream tonight, I'm going to have to pull them out. So I'll put them in their little case that I've had them in and let them continue to cure over there. Come on. I feel like I'm getting some sputtering. Okay, I'm happy with that. Don't do any more. Okay. The last part. All right. that's it. We're calling that done. So I'm going to try to find an empty container to pour the rest of this in. And then just real quickly, I'll start getting, I'll put some cleaner in, but I need to see what people's response was real quick in regards to cleaner. Hugh's leaving, gotta go. Take care, Hugh. Thanks for coming by. Tamia and Mr. Color are solvent-based paints. All right, I'm just gonna use, I mean, you can't go wrong with trying to use water. So I'm gonna try water first and see how that leads us. Oh, there isn't a whole lot in here. I mean, I'm comfortable with just wasting the rest of this, if you follow me. So what I will do is grab this guy. And I've got some high quality H2O. Put that in there. And kind of off camera, I'm just running the rest of it into my little pot cleaner here. I don't like doing this in the paint booth where the air is being sucked through it, just because. So I'm doing it off camera right now. Probably could turn the air up for this part of it, but the and there we go. Just add a little bit more water. So yeah, if you guys want to hang out and chat a bit more while I clean, I'm more than happy to do that and stay live for a little bit longer if you guys are into that. And yeah, I don't know. It's up to you guys if you want to stick around. So I appreciate you guys for sticking around already for as long as you have. I'm gonna do one more run of the water through here, and then I'll kind of get everything ready to start cleaning. Oh, and my wife is home for lunch. It must be noon already. Holy cow. All right, so I'll put some more water in there. Set this off to the side. again, this will be the first time I'll have ever cleaned the Grex airbrush, so it should be kind of a fun little process. She caught you goofing off. Yeah, that's right, Chris. Well, she asked me the other day, she's like, you haven't been working on your models, so it's like, well, now I am. So there. Pull these out of here and let them dry. So I think I'll end up just letting these cure for a couple of days, if not a week. Probably longer before I do anything else with them. You never know. I might get ambitious. So let's see. Now, where is my cleaning stuff? There it is. So I have this little tray that I use, and all of my cleaning tools are just handy dandy right here next to me. So I'm always, I used to use kind of a 50-50 blend of alcohol and water, but now I'm nervous about using that. For those of you that do a lot of airbrushing and cleaning, do you think this damages the seals or damages the airbrush in any way? I know that ammonia will, so I try not to use ammonia, but what are your guys' thoughts on using this? Can I go ahead and keep using the 50-50 alcohol water mixture and it's not going to damage my airbrush, or should I avoid using it? Kind of your thoughts on that, because again, like I said, I'm still learning and I don't really know. I will use the Medea for this one. Actually, since I'm using the Grex, why not try using the Grex airbrush cleaner, right? I do love this stuff though, because it's odorless, environmentally safe, it's fast acting, and my goodness, does this stuff work wonders. Really great product, and it's not that expensive. And then again, this is just straight alcohol, which I avoid using straight alcohol because it's kind of a waste of straight alcohol, but I use this for various different things if I need to get like some really gunked on paint off of like the outer housing or whatnot. But then again, you can also just use these alcohol prep pads, which are 70%. This is 90%. Alcohol is often used to thin paint, so don't know why you can't use it to clean. Cool, thanks, Chris. Yeah, that makes sense, right? I mean, why not, right? So, and then this is, it's kind of gross, but this is my waste container. So I fill that up with all the nastiness. And I think pretty much we're ready to carry on cleaning. I do need to grab, let's see here. like using these little dental things. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It just depends on what you're using them on. And then one last thing, and for some reason I don't have them handy right here, so I got to run to the Workbench real quick. This is another thing that I get at the dollar store. They have these little gum tooth, like, I don't know what they are, like, so it's kind of like a little flosser thing, but I get them at the dollar store. You buy like a big pack of them for $1, and these work really well as well for cleaning your airbrush. And then one last thing, let's see, this one, this cup is kind of, usually it's probably a waste, but I use like 2 different cups, and I'll fill them with my 50-50 mixture. And then my parts just go in them like that and that. Kind of curious how the ease of cleaning of this brush are compared to my Posh. The Posh is, it's relatively easy to clean. I just don't like cleaning it because it's I don't, you know how it is. It's just annoying, especially when you have to clean it when it keeps clogging. So you end up cleaning it, like you try to do an airbrush session, and you end up cleaning this stupid airbrush 50 times. It's really annoying. I'm actually going to need this cap. I forgot. Just keep my water handy because we got to backflow it now. So do a little backflow action. Come back in here. So far, like, really everything looks amazing, looks clean. This aqua gloss really seems to have sprayed on very nicely, and everything, it didn't dry up and get clogged or anything so far. At least that's the way it looks. Do a little clean in there, and then I'll backflow one more time. Dump that out. Do another backflow. Dump it. And then I'll spray a little bit. Backflow. Dump it. No, I'm kind of messy. See, Chris was saying I wouldn't use it straight. 50-50 with water would be good. Yeah, that's kind of what I end up doing. So I think I'm not doing things wrong or anything like that. I think I'm doing it fairly good for the most part. I just worry about it, like the seals and things like that. Like, what if I'm damaging the seals or anything? But I'm probably not. I'm probably okay. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it from air. This part's the hard part. This is, well, yeah, this part's the easy part right there. Then you've got the hard part. And so I'll grab the bricks tool. And I've actually had some people tell me too that I kind of take it apart too much, which could be true. I don't know. I tend to dismantle almost the whole gun sometimes. Like this one, I'm not going to worry about because nothing should have gotten back up in here. However, one thing that has always been told to me, and I do it every time, is I will run the 50-50 alcohol water mixture through the entire gun. So just like this, just to make sure that I get any paint out that may have gone back up past the needle. So that's, I don't know if it's totally necessary, but it's one of those things that just I've been practicing since I started airbrushing, just because I think it was Miniac. I was watching one of his videos and he recommended it, as well as I think even Barbados Rex and a few others. So again, it's just one of those things, like I've been in the habit of doing it, so I will continue to do that. Then I've got my various size cleaners here. I know this is so exciting for you guys, I'm sure, but thanks for sticking with me. I mean, it's good for me to be back on and doing a little live streaming and hanging out with my friends. So I appreciate each and every one of you very much. Uh, let's see. All right, good enough. Kind of step up to a little bigger. Probably not necessary. But yeah, it doesn't like that one. Get back to this guy. Let's give it a good swirl. I want to do the inside of the bowl there. And then I'll take the Q-tip. Just go around everything really, really good. I'll just flush it one more time. I don't like that. It's kind of precarious. All right, I'm gonna look at chat real quick, see what you guys are up to. Not a whole lot. So thanks. I don't know if I'm boring you guys or not, but I'll just stay live until I'm done cleaning, and then I'll go ahead and head off. So thanks again for those of you that have been kind of sticking around and watching to the very end. It's a very interesting design too of this airbrush. I haven't had it fully apart yet because I'm a little intimidated by it. There's a lot of moving parts, and I know at some point I probably will tear it completely down and do a very, very thorough cleaning on it. But for now, I think this is about as far as I have to take it down for cleaning. It's kind of dirty. Just use a paper towel. So this is TG, and then it's got a 2110031. I don't know if that's like a serial number or what it is, or part model number or whatnot, but and then some people have like a little blower attached to their airbrush or paint booth, and I could see why that would come in handy, especially when you're cleaning, because you get little fuzzies in sometimes, which I don't necessarily think that they, do any harm, but I don't know. I tend to think about stuff like that. That's probably it's probably not even necessary, to worry about just little things like that. But I always think like even like the tiniest little hair could clog up your airbrush. So, and the needle, usually I clean it immediately. I don't know why I didn't, but none of this aqua gloss seems to be sticking to it. So, so far so good. Everything's looking great. And let's get off to this cup. I was really surprised too that this airbrush came with 3 cup sizes. Not something you see, and so for I think what you spend on them, you're getting a really good deal, because you get basically everything you need.
except for you when you buy it, sometimes you'll get 1 or 2 different needle sizes. This one came with 1 needle size. I had to order the other ones in addition to, but it came with everything else that you need, including 3 different cup sizes, which was pretty impressive, to be honest. Definitely wasn't complaining about that. I don't think I've seen any other airbrush available that comes with all 3 different cup sizes. So, like the Harder and Steinbeck, I think you have to buy. It might have actually, it came with 2 different cup sizes, but maybe. Let's take a look. It's right here. Did it come with 2? Yes, so it came with 2. There is actually 2 more though that you can get. There's an even smaller one and then an even larger one. So you have to buy those separately though. So not a big deal, but you know, I mean, Grex, from my understanding, everybody that I've talked to that owns a Grex airbrush is just absolutely impressed with them. So, and you know, this is my first time using this one. I'm happy with it so far. We'll see how it does when I go to paint the Tamiya paints, which I, for the most part, have been getting better at. But you know, occasionally I do have some tip dry happening or some other issues here and there that we'll see how everything goes when I go to trying to paint them in the future. All right. So far, cleanup has not been terrible. This is the tricky part sometimes. It's getting these guys out. So this one is fairly small. This is where that little dental pick comes in handy. And I think also because I cleaned it in between, I'm not going to have a whole lot of junk. Oh,
It's 12:30 p.m.
Sorry, that was a reminder for medication. So clean that there. Do a little another. I like these pointed Q-tips for when I'm doing my airbrushes as well. Chris is saying, I got to go. Good to see you up and around, Kalan. We'll try to catch you tonight. All right. You're probably already gone, but thank you, Chris. It's always good to see you, buddy. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you tonight. So then I'll just clean that. Probably been one of the longer live streams I've done in a while too. Just because I'm just sitting here working and whoever's popping in can watch. So it's always an interesting concept. Not always the most entertaining of things, I think, but I do appreciate you guys that do pop in and say hi for sure. So there's that guy. There we go. These are always I think the hardest thing for me to judge on how well I've cleaned them. Again, another dollar store find are these other little picks, and I think what they're good for is, if you can see here, I can pop through the end there, and that just pushes out any gunk. But you want to be careful that you don't split this open, because if you do that, then you're kind of SOL. This little needle guy, like, you'll do the same kind of scraping off anything, but I don't usually keep enough or keep them out in the air long enough, I think, for stuff to accumulate on them. So there we go. I think this is relatively clean. Give it just one more quick dunk. That's the other thing too, is I'm not necessarily sure where the needle juice is supposed to go. If you just put it on your needle, or do I need to kind of spread it further in on the moving parts? I don't know. And again, this didn't really get too much collected on it, so it should be fairly clean. Just dunk it in one more time. That was the other thing about the harder and Steenbeck airbrushes that I noticed. So you might get another additional cup, but you don't get the cap with it. You have to buy the caps for them separately, and I use the caps quite a bit, just for, I think, more or less because I don't want anything drying in there inside the cup. So I do use my my caps most of the time. So I will have to actually order the caps for the Harder and Steenbeck, which is, I don't know why it doesn't come with it, but no big deal, you know. Like that into the clean. I'm not entirely sure how much we'll get done on the Victory tonight, but I really want to focus on trying to get something done with it. So if we end up doing getting it to the point to where I can primer it, I will be very happy. But we'll see how everything goes tonight on the live stream, and go from there. It's been a long time since I've worked on it, so go ahead and start putting this together. And then on the instructions for this one, for putting the needle in, they want you to pull back, guide your needle in, and then release it. So then you can attach your cap. And then your needle moves. Go ahead and put that back on. And there we go. That is cleaned and ready for tonight. So again, I don't know where to put the needle juice, but we'll sort it out here. That's what I might do, actually. Is see what the instructions say. Maintains smooth trigger action and eliminates needle friction due to dry paint buildup. Use wherever lubrication is vital to performance of your airbrush. Okay. Stand by. Yep, there is a little cap here. This is going to be interesting to attempt to apply only 2 drops. Okay, honestly, I think that's more than enough. So again, pull back. I'm going to disconnect it real quick. Pull back, drop your needle in. And I'm going to kind of spin the needle as it's going in. And then there we go. Put this guy back on. I don't think you needed a whole bunch of that needle juice. Maybe put a few drops back in here and just let it work its magic. You know what I mean? And that's it. We'll call that good. Alrighty. So I'm going to put this up and out of the way and come chat with you for a moment and close up the live stream. Again, I just want to thank everybody that's stuck around. It's been a long, probably one of the longer Monday Coffee with Kalan live streams that we've done. Zip this back here.
Okay, so thank you again very much. Still got 6 people watching, which is pretty impressive. So thanks, guys. Definitely went well. Managed to get the Aqua Gloss All Clad 2 clear coat on the Ladder 9, which was definitely nice to finally get that done. And so moving on from here, this evening, while all the children in the world are out trick-or-treating after the HobbyLink International live stream and monthly giveaway, I will be doing the live stream for the HobbyLink International group builds, and we'll be working on the victory for you guys, and hopefully we'll get that to the point to where we can get it, at least parts of it, primed up and ready for paint, which is very exciting because then I can kind of move forward with it and get quite a bit more done on it than having it sit in the condition that it's been in for ages. So Muse was saying, I sure picked a crap kit for the Hot Wheels build. Wheels are going to be the only part that looks good. I'm sorry, Muse. I need to go see if you posted a video of it yet, or at least pictures, because yeah, there's some really good Hot Wheels builds going on right now for that build. So really cool. I think you're kind of giving yourself a hard time. I'm sure it's going to turn out a lot better than you think. So anyways, I am going to go ahead and sign off, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. Thank you again for joining me here on this Monday Halloween, and I wish you guys a happy and safe Halloween. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.